Welcome to The Fulfilled Woman. Midlife often brings seasons of anxiety, particularly for us as women. And money is a huge part of that anxiety because as women, we've spent a huge part of our lives caring for every other person and prioritizing other people over our own personal financial security. Today's conversation is about clarity, confidence, and empowerment. Understanding where you are financially and learning how to plan forward wisely without shame or fear. Financial security at midlife, from anxiety to agency. And I'm delighted to be joined by Dr. Nkechi Abana, a seasoned financial and wealth advisor. That's a mouthful. Who will help us explore the realities of women's finances at midlife and offer practical, hopeful guidance. And my hope is that for every woman who's out there listening to us, this conversation will get you going on your journey from anxiety to agency. Welcome to The Fulfilled Woman, Dr. Nkechi. I'm delighted that you are here. Amazing. How are you?
Very well, okay. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Okay, today we're talking about the big F. You know, F is the big one for us women, particularly in this season of life. Okay, so what does financial security at midlife mean? And what does it not mean?
Okay. Financial security at midlife simply means the assurance that women in that age bracket, some school of thought say 35 to 65, while some will say 40 to 65. I would rather take 40 to 65. 35 to me is not really...
Yeah, you're still
you're
trying to get your ropes
strong,
together.
you're building and all that. So financial security for women in that age bracket simply means the assurance that they have created enough wealth or creating enough wealth or have sustainable income that will take them through their current expenditure or expenses, help them through future expenses, and also be able to sustain themselves even at retirement, have the security, financial security to run through retirement without the anxiety that comes with not being certain about where the next money for your obligations will come from.
Okay.
So simply put, what simply means is that what the assurance you have as a woman in that age bracket, that you have a business running now, you have a job you're doing now that will see you through from now to the future, and also be able to secure you in retirement. In retirement, in case of job loss, in career interruptions, also in case of health situations that may require you to not work anymore, but will need money to be able to pay your bills.
Amazing. So what does it not mean?
It does not mean...
What are the myths and what are the myths about financial security at this season?
Everyone will need to have the security. It doesn't matter at what point in your life. As a young person, you must plan ahead to be sure that whatever you do now should secure you for the future. And also, it doesn't also mean that there's a particular age bracket that will have that security. You can start late and still achieve your financial goals. You can start early and build to old age. So it doesn't mean that if you don't have financial security at some point in your life, you may never get it. At any point in our lives as women, we can begin to build, even at 60. Particularly now that digital technology has done a lot to improve our lives. People, I have friends who didn't work till 50. I have a friend that is a lawyer. The husband didn't want her to work because he felt she needed to stay home
and look after the children. But that's what affects our financial. Yes, at the end of the day.
Most people tend to start late. You stay home to take care of your home, your husband, your extended family, sometimes even your in-laws, and then your children. At the time they become adults, you'll be maybe in your 40s or 60s, and then you start to build then. Some people, women have been known to still be able to meet those goals. Yes. I have a friend that started she joined the chambers, a legal chamber at 52. Today, she feels fulfilled. Years past, she wasn't particularly happy about not working, but today she's trying to catch up and cover up for the days she felt she may have lost caring for her family. Okay, and then if you ask me, it's not late for her. She's getting the fulfillment and now getting the support from her husband. Who has created enough wealth to give her that buffer that he wouldn't have maybe if she had started maybe in her 20s, in her 30s. So it's not an age restrictive situation.
That's amazing, because that's very empowering and liberating for somebody who's listening to us. Now, let me say this. You did say that financial security, at midlife is at this season of our lives, you have a business, you have a job. So what would you say to the woman who is in this midlife season and has never worked, probably has remained a stay-at-home mother, who has taken a career break is still on to look after the children? Probably she started having children later for one reason or the other. We all have our own different journeys. Life is a personal thing. So would you say for that particular woman, she should be in a place of anxiety?
No.
No. So what would you say to that person?
It doesn't matter what your situation is or was.
Okay.
It doesn't matter whether you're not even educated. Thank God for where we are globally today. Technology has done a lot. So much awareness, so much information being passed around. A lot of people may not have worked in a structured organization or done any business because of the same reason of family demands.
One reason or the other, yes.
And then at 45, at 40, now they want to start. You have the opportunities. Now you're older, you're focused. Technology, you see these digital opportunities for you to do business online. I mean, it is the way to go now. Even for the woman that has never worked before.
And who is at home. So
who
there's
is at
hope.
home.
Yeah, so
but if you can afford a phone, you have a chance to still earn an income. Even if you've never worked in your entire life.
Okay.
What you'll need now is to look for who will mentor you through the digital, operations and know-how. Okay, the AIs. For example, I am taking lessons on AI through my from my daughter's teacher.
Wow.
So every Saturday she comes around to put me through AI because I know I'll need that to face the next phase of my life. I'll need that. There's nothing else you'll be able to do in years to come if you do not have the hands-on on AI.
On AI, yeah.
That is where the world is now, and it's going to go further into. So I'm taking those lessons, and for every other man that is 40 and above, even if you have never worked,
you need to.
Sitting at home, you can do real estate vending. Yes, you can sell houses sitting at home, make calls on the phone, show pictures, and then when need be, you can take a physical tour to those properties. You can do digital content creation. You can do e-commerce.
Wow.
Yes, sitting at home. If you've never worked before and still do not want to do structured work that will take you out of the house or run a business, own a shop, or you don't have the know-how, you don't have the experience, but you want to earn a living still. That is the way to go. Even agriculture. If you've never worked before in an office, you never built a business, you can start with agriculture. Even your backyard kind of farming, you can start from that and begin to sell things to your neighbors, and then you can expand into renting land to farm.
A whole lot you're dishing out.
Yes. A lot of people today now, if you go to Kuje, there's a whole expanse of land in Kuje that is for farming, and people are renting those land spaces to farm.
Amazing.
I have the experience. You rent a farmland somewhere in Kuje or any of those outskirts where you have the landmass that are mapped for farming. It could be animal husbandry, it could be crop farming. You farm for the season, pay the owner of the land, and then when it's time to harvest your products, your produce, and then sell them and make your money and wait for the next season.
Amazing.
And if you plan well, you could even have it come not just cyclically, it could run through the whole year, depending on the crops you're farming. When it's time for corn, and luckily around here, if you notice there's some like corn is always in Abuja, right? Because the irrigation systems around here in the north. So people tend to be able to farm through the year.
Wow.
So you find that you could have that as a sustainable source of income for a woman that has never worked. I think I'll come for personal lecturing after this, So I did hear you say that one of the mistakes you make, in this season is not getting AI literate, digital literacy. It's instructive you said that, because I was going to ask you, what are some of the blind spots and the mistakes that women make in this season of life? So that's one.
right now not getting the AI education that it, because I mean that's where we are going to. What other blind spots would you say women in their journey of life? Because I often say that as women, our lives are in seasons and in transitions. What other blind spots or mistakes do women make along their journey of life that impacts on their financial security?
Number one, if you ask me, will be the notion. We all grew up with that, what our parents, our mothers taught us, that you be a good girl, go to school, get good grades, get married, your husband will take care of you. We all grew up with that thinking that our husbands will take care of us. And also, when you get a husband that will take care of you, raise your children well, and they'll be your retirement benefit.
And you're not doing anything.
And you're not doing anything. So you're hoping that when they grow older, they have good jobs, you've raised them well, they went to Ivy League colleges, and they will not take care of you. Wrong.
That's number one.
My mother's generation, they can see now that it's not what it is. A lot of things, factors could affect that. It's a good way to feel, but you wouldn't build your life on your child. You wouldn't expect that your child will grow to take care of you as something, a plan you have on your life.
There are women who have
it's
that
a lot of
plan.
pressure, yes.
There are women who have that plan.
If I see them struggling, my child will, when I grow older, my child will buy even the things they didn't fulfill, they couldn't achieve as women. They are hoping that their children will do that for them. And they put those children in so much pressure. In fact, you grow up thinking that it's my duty to build a house for my mother, buy her a car, all the things they couldn't do for themselves. It's not wrong if God bless you enough to be able to do that. But no woman should raise a child with
that
mindset that she will eventually take over my life and take care of all my problems. That's number one. Number two is risk aversion. Risk aversion. Women are afraid. We are not bullish about investments or taking risks. I'm not saying you could just take blind risk or uncalculated risk. You should be able to venture into something and structurally work around it, follow a methodology that could end you results. You don't sit back and wish for things to happen. Not in the world of today. There must be a methodology. There must be a process. There must be a strategy that you have in place that will achieve you that. Thirdly is exclusion of women in family businesses or family finance. Some women I know today, a whole lot of them, the only involvement they have in their family finances, what they're giving
to run the house. What do you mean? They're not allowed to, partake in their family business to be...
traditionally, it's changing now, but growing up, I knew that the way the family was, your father would go to work, create the wealth, earn the living, and give mommy what to run the house with. And maybe pay her allowances for running the house and give her money for food and clothing for children and all that. She's not involved in she's not working, and she's not involved in what the man is doing.
On how the money is being made.
It's being made. If the man may have a structured job, 9 to 5, of course, he wouldn't have to be involved in his money. But he could be involved in planning what that money could be used for.
Investments.
What
land are we buying?
A lot of women are not involved in that. Wow. A lot of women are not. So when there is any interruption, maybe act of God, death, or that job is interrupted, from the husband's side, you find that the entire family is just helpless, at least for a while, before they begin to pick up learn their mistakes and begin to bridge the gap that created. And thirdly, again, will be that our women set the wrong priorities, and it's something that is still ongoing. You find a woman who is still paying school fees, struggling to pay those school fees, but will pay if I should be for 300,000 naira.
But then, won't you feel excluded if you don't pay for the ashwebi and all of that?
Yes, you could pay, but then you have to prioritize your family financial affairs.
Cut your coat, as they say, according to your fabric.
If you're struggling to pay school fees, why would you be burdened with ashwebi of 300,000? It means you're in the wrong social cycle. You're in the wrong place. You're not with those who are, at par. I don't know how to put it without sounding a bit.
No. But these are real conversations. What
we're
saying could set somebody
free. If I have
free.
friends who I'm struggling to pay school fees, and my friend cannot handhold me economically, Even if, for example, my husband doesn't want me to do structured work or leave the house 9 to 5, and you have enough money to demand I should be of 300,000 naira from me, you should be able to hold me into something that could help me and
Instead of
improve my and an income.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's something we do in in culture, more like now, that is a lot of pressure on women. This wanting to be like the Joneses. It's a lot of pressure on women. You want to be, like you said, you want to be like others.
You want to belong.
When you are not like others. So it's another blind spot, something is a reality that we close our eyes to, but it's affecting our lives every day. So
there's also the place of information. Would you say that a lot of women have these issues, we are not where we should be financially because we don't know I don't know whether to say we don't know where to access the information, or we are not bothered, or we are too lazy, or we are too busy with the wrong things. So those information, you talk about financial magazines and all of that, the aspect of television we watch, we listen to. Where is the place of information in all of this?
Culture plays a big role in our lives as women, and then midlife. Because of the way we are, a lot of women will tell you, I'm busy raising my children. Junior has to go to school. I have no time to watch TV or read or even to research on avenues to create wealth, or source income, or even get the knowledge for whatever it's worth. One, the woman looking for knowledge, financial knowledge or information, first of all, will have a source of income. Source of income. If you do not have you're looking to see where you could. You find that our women are more inclined to religious and faith-based circles than circles that could empower, expose you to information that would help you. We spend a lot of time in church, nothing wrong with that. But hardly will you find social circles that would concentrate or focus on capacity building for women, empowerment, idea sharing. What can I do? Tell me what I can do. I have this little money that I've been saving. Is there anything I can do with it? You don't have such conversations.
Yeah, we don't talk about such.
In fact, people are very private about money and what they do with money. They're not open about it. And also, part of what would hinder women is also lack of trust.
Lack of trust.
Lack of trust, both in the society, and this may sound a bit controversial. A lot of women try to hide their financial status from their family. So they're not openly willing to discuss finance and investments, unless for those who are working, or those kind of women that have the real financial partnership with their spouses. But if it's typical stay-at-home mom, that the picture you paint now, she's never worked, that's more like a stay-at-home mom. She won't be discussing finance. I mean, where is money coming from? Yes.
Yeah, wow.
So even if she got money from other sources, family or friends, that she won't openly discuss investments or discuss wealth creation. Because the question is, you have not worked, so where is the money coming from? So there are limitations for women and hindrances.
Where would you say, would you say it's a place of mindset? Would you say this is something about the influence of culture or personal inclinations? Or does it have to do with our sense of self-worth? Or is it our mindset? Or is it our nature, our makeup as women? Or is it a belief system? Or is it all of that in place?
Belief system, culture, but the good thing is, the good news now is that the culture, the aspect of culture is changing.
Yeah, it's changing.
The world is a global place today. Young girls see what other young girls are doing globally, building real estate, innovations, creating, a lot of things are going on in the world, and they see them via the internet and interactions and travels. So culture, for my generation and generations before us, but now the Gen Zs know.
Yeah, they are more
because
aware.
Their mothers are more aware, and they've been able to enlighten them or show them the way to go. They have also been able to interact more than we had the opportunity to. They were the ones that went to school or are going to school abroad.
Yeah,
They have international exposure.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the place of culture is not as deep as it was years past. And secondly, too, like we said earlier, the woman, we all grew up then thinking that your place is, even up to today, they still say it.
I see that
yes,
from time to
your
time.
place is in the kitchen, you study, behave well, get a good husband, and take care of your family. Okay, and then you grow up with that mindset. But it's changing. We all know it's changing now. Women are more out there, struggling,
bolder,
building financial capacity, doing things, a lot of things, global recognition in all fields,
all
of
fields,
endeavor, academy, fashion, all sorts. It's changing
Even
now.
in
But
tech, in
tech,
science,
in
in the
tech
digital
today,
space,
in tech
in health,
arts.
Yeah, the creative industry.
Yes, the creative
as
industries,
well.
or women are there doing big things, and of course, what do you call them? The theater, the movies, and all of those. Women are there and making things happen around the world. But the thing is that culture, the effect of that on the generations before, lingers still a bit. And then we have to be intentional about changing it and making girls that we raise know that a woman is more than cooking, more than caregiving.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing wrong. Rather, the future will be better for it. Why? Because the burden will be off men. If you ask me, financial empowerment and security helps to also sustain marriages. This may not be agreeable to a lot of people, but I know that even these days, they'll ask you, what are you bringing to the table? That's the latest slogan.
Okay.
What is she bringing to the table? Meaning that even the society acknowledges that women
should bring
something to the table. And when
apart from our beauty, right?
and childbearing.
Okay.
And when they say, what I bring, it's not about what food are you going to cook for lunch. It's finance.
Yeah.
So with that, it tells you that generation of today are looking at a woman being able to do beyond childbearing and having a fine face and beautiful body to admire by her husband. So it's changing. I hope that in future, the positive effect of this change will manifest in a way that improves the society as a whole.